Hi, today I'm gonna do my practice number 5. Human thought reflection number 5 is about inequitable representation of Black boys in gifted and talent education. When I was reading about Devon case, it honestly made me stop and made me think. It's hard to imagine a very bright, sixth grade being told that he is no gift, especially when his test result shows so much potential. It reminds me that behind every score, there is a child. Behind every score is a story. Behind every score is a family. And a way of thinking that numbers can't not really measure. When I look at Devon with WB results, one thing stood out of me right away was his visual spatial index score that was in the 97%, and that was amazing, because that means that Devon, is very strong in solving puzzles, very strong in seeing patterns and thinking in pictures and ideas, because also his overall IQ was 105, which is in the average to above average range. But those visual skills, the visual skills tell me that this boy can see things that others might miss and don't see. The areas where he scored lower was like working memory, processing speed, might not being that those scores doesn't mean that he's less capable. Those low score, they might just show that he thinks deeply. They won't take his time to learn best, and he learn best with his own hand and creative way. This article by Forbes, Wines, Milestone, and more from 2023, really, when I was reading that, opened my eyes, because the article explained that many Black boys are underrepresented in gifted programs, not because those Black boys or those black boys lack of ability, but because of the system, the bias. What they do is built into how we measure intelligence. Those tests like WIS/B don't always capture creativity or leadership or resilience. Quality that often shine in real life setting, but not always is in a testing room. If I were part of Devon's core team, I would definitely ask them to take another look. His visual partial strengths alone deserve recognition. I will encourage them to include teacher classroom work, maybe even art or science project that show really how Devon think. And I will remind them that culture matters. Yeah, you listen, culture matter. How we interpret behavior matter. Because sometimes a curious or outspoken Black boy is labeled as distraught or labeled as defiant, when really, he's actually demonstrating curiosity and critical thinking. Devon's story challenged me, really, because remind me that a future, as a future counselor, a future therapy, I need to see the whole person, not just the scores. I want to be the kind of professional who speak up for a student, who speak up for those brilliant boys and childs in the school system that doesn't fit into a test, because gifting doesn't always fit inside a number. Sometimes it show up in creativity, show up in leadership, or show up in the quiet determination to keep trying. Devon's story remind me that our job as a professional isn't just to test potential, it's to believe. Yes, it's to believe. And that belief can change a child's life. So let's do our work and see the entire picture, see the culture, see everything when we're gonna test a child. Thank you.